Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I always find something, something to do at the last minute. I'm like, oh, they're going to be there. I got to hurry up. So my hands were looking all gray and ashy. I went and got some lotion. Now I'm looking all greasy like a greased pig. Oh, I see something. Hey, Maria Graham. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I thank you for coming, sis. Oh, it's a nice day here. Sort of, kind of. It's kind of foggy, but I'm good with it. I'm good with it, good with it, good with it. So I hope all of you are having a good day. I've been just a busy little beaver. Psalm 146. I know that it's time for the kids to get out of school. I hope you will be here at the end when I go to sew because the backing I'm going to put on something will have sunflowers on it. For those of you who are here for the first time, I thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you in the bushes, I know that the earliest it is 4 a.m. on the East Coast and 1 p.m. on the West Coast. And I know that you have to do what you guys have to do. Ah, man. I always, always, always forget something over here. So I will say, Fern, how are you doing? Your friend Rudy Ernahita is blocked. I don't know why. I don't know how to block people. Uh, I don't know if any of my moderators are in the chat and they can check to see if Rudy is blocked. Mike, are you able to check to see if Rudy Irahita is blocked? I don't block him. Oh, you said your user is blocked. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know how to block people, but if anybody there can unblock Rudy, please do so. I know he puts funny comments in there, but that's okay. Hi, Fern, just Fern. Thank you for coming and welcome. Sissy, Joanne Stevens, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I hope you're all having a good day. I've been watching Mike's squirrels and I'm looking around for a tissue. I have everything over here except tissues, but things get moved around when you're in a place with other people. So, let's see, I've been live for 3 minutes. Let's see what is going on in the chat. So, how many of you have started your planting? I know what. Maybe he means YouTube did it. Okay. Okay, Fern. So maybe YouTube blocked him, but I never blocked him. Rudy is my friend. Tell him I hope that he gets his privileges back soon. I don't know what happened, but Auntie Ellen did not block him, okay? So, looking at comments, comments, comments. I've been looking at stuff, trying to get caught up. Are any of you able to keep up with all of like your we have a pretty good community, the gardening community, the 2A community, the sewing slash quilting community, and I think we all look out for each other, try to support each other. But me, I feel like, you know how you see the critters out there chasing their tail? I feel like I'm just chasing, chasing, chasing and not catching it. So, Fern, Please tell Rudy that he's not blocked on this channel. If he wants to come visit, welcome, welcome, welcome. I will ring Lilac's little bell for him. So I am so excited. I will wait until a few more people come in so that I can tell you, oh, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button to show me, as Miss Shirley says, that you like me just a little bit. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank all of you who sat through with me on Saturday. Was that Saturday? Oh, when my stomach was so upset and I left. My sister Joanne Stevens said, Sissy, look at that when you get a chance. And I was so disoriented. I was a hot mess. But thank you guys for staying with me anyway. So I want to tell you, I will start while we're waiting for people to come in. I have some, well, I'll wait because Unbiased may come in and I want to show her a picture of me looking like her. You know, when they say good friends become family and family is everything, I believe that. And you know what? Sometimes when you're together or around each other a lot, or you like the same things, you start finishing each other's sentences. Juanita Campbell, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. I will be, you're sore. You shoveled snow for 2 hours. I heard the weather was wicked out there. Oh, you know what? Speaking of sore, I will go on to my content for the day because I am going to make something that will help you with your soreness, or at least help me. And I am going to harvest this indoor comfrey. I've been growing it inside since around Christmas time, and I've been banging some of the leaves because I don't have enough room here. So I am going to figure out some kind of way how to harvest it. You gave up on trying to keep up with everybody. It wore you out physically and mentally. You show up when you can and listen and chat. My eyesight, I thought about you. I put my glaucoma drops in before I went live today. And I said, oh, I hope that wasn't a mistake because it brings the blood pressure down. But um, I don't know. I was just doing things trying to get ready. So I'm going to put this down, you guys. Oh, if you're here for the replay, I appreciate you. And let me just say something about the channel for those of you. I do know that I have one new person in here. Hey, Mrs. D's Garden. Thank you for coming in the bushes and working. I appreciate you. And everybody has to take care of themselves and do what they have to do. And this light on the screen is not good for you. These glasses that I have on now, if you see, they have like a little blue tint. They're not readers. I use my Dollar Tree ones for that. But this channel, if you are new, this is a variety channel. And what we talk about are the things you see in the bottom of the screen: gardening, cooking from scratch, quilting, the heritage arts like crochet, needlepoint, embroidery, all of those things, fine arts. Mike will be right back. Um, you need some tea. Maybe you need a hot toddy, Mike. Maybe that would help. Hey, Donzel Cooper, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. And to sum it up, I have been on this earth for almost 77 years, and I have lived in small towns, big cities, small houses, big houses. I have lived off grid. I've had all kinds of animals, chickens and ducks and goats, and one time pigs. I've had a cow. I had property where the hunters would hunt and bring some of the like venison. Haven't had any in 10 years. Some said the Dollar Tree readers are actually better and work a lot better than your prescription glasses. Me too. You know what my prescription glasses are good for? itching my back because I turn over and find them sticking in me. So, what I'm going to talk about for the next couple of minutes is harvesting this comfrey because comfrey is good for healing. You don't ingest it, and it's good for inflammation and healing. My Renaissance sister, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. And I know that I can buy that CBD oil and stuff. I'm not paying $40 for a little container like this of something when I already have stuff that's growing. Homesteading with Janet actually gave me this little bush, and the Russian Bocking 14 comfrey is different than some you can buy online. And the Russian Bocking you can only grow from a piece of a root. So Janet, almost homesteading with Janet, sent me this plant. It only had two little pieces coming out. I wasn't even sure if they would live. They would live. So I'm going to try to put the leaves are a little bit sticky, but I'm going to harvest all of them because even if I planted them outside and it's still too cold out here in Connecticut 6B. Mike just said he shoveled snow. We don't have any snow, and it finally did stop. So I'm doing this, and I'm gonna cut this back as far as I can. These leaves, look how big they are, and I'm going to dehydrate them. And everybody has their own style, their own method. But me, when I dry my herbs, I dry them naturally at room temperature. My philosophy is that the heat takes dries them out, yes, but it also dries out some of the oils. I find for me, my use, they're stronger. So I'm cutting all these down. I'm going to leave this one up as if I was cutting something outside, some collards or kale or something. I will put this down here, and I'm going to put them. What I have over here is this is just a little metal tray. And those of you who do canning, I don't use canning pots because I have a limited amount of space. Here, I live in a senior handicap apartment. But what these are if you're canning, whether you have a pressure canner or a water bath, you can put these between the rows of your jars. So I'm going to do this. This is my first time trying this. I'm going to do this so that air will flow between the layers. And I'm going to show you my lap. And I am going to cut these up and dry them out. And I can at least start with a small amount of comfrey. So when I get these dried out a little, why? Because herbs are more potent when they're dry. Even if you have like rosemary, which I do over here, Tixie sent me some, and I was gifted some. I have a small basil plant that I use over there, and I'm regrowing from a little piece. I have onions growing. I have sweet potato slips. You guys, hold on one second because I can't see the screen, and I just want you to see how I'm cutting these up because when they dry out, I'm going to put them in a little jar with some oil. I'll decide which at the time, and I'll bring you guys in on it. So these leaves are pretty big. I'm cutting them in smaller pieces so they will dry out faster and stay concentrated because, like I said, I don't personally dry my herbs in my dehydrator. I do have a dehydrator, but I prefer to do mine like this, the old fashioned way. And when they're dry, like I said, I'll put them in a little jar and I'll put them in my my small crock pot. and bring it up to like a little bit of heat. And then I will let the oil heat up. Oh, this is a pretty good little amount. I'm surprised at how much it is. Wow. It's gonna shrivel up when it dries up. But I'll show you guys. Look. You can see them. You can see them, Maria Graham. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm going to put this over here on the floor and I'm going to spread them out a little bit so that they can start drying out. And I'm going to put them over. I'm not going to put them in a dark place yet. When I put them in the oil, I'll put them in a dark place. I make dandelion salve too. I already have my little metal containers. I don't sell mine or anything. I'm trying to use it for my own aching bones. Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD chick. Hello, 755 Media. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have something else to show you. Oh, my my daughter seven, my niece daughter 755, Garden State so and so. Robin, how are you doing? Hope you're feeling better. You were a little under the weather like back a little while ago because I knocked this down and broke it. What is drying out? Oh, I can't pick it back up because I might drop it. I drop everything. What's drying out is my comfrey. And I harvested it. This whole plant was full of big ones, but it'll get more leaves. In fact, there's a tiny little one growing down in here. That's all I had in the beginning, one little one. And I'm going to keep them inside. They seem to like my little grow lights, hunty child. Hunty child. So, and look at this little dried up thing. This looks like tobacco. I don't know if you guys have ever seen tobacco when it's being harvested and they bring it in from the fields and then they string it, they put three leaves on one string and put it on the stick, then they put three leaves on another one and throw it over there and throw it over there. Well, this one, I don't know whether I'm going to save it other than to compare it to the other ones. So I went today and I bought some pool noodles. Not yesterday, Monday, I went to the Dollar Tree. No, it was not accidental. It was an intentional chip. And Hunty child, I tore my behind in there. Now I accidentally spent $67, a dollar and a quarter at a time. But as I was saying, I bought pool noodles. And what are you gonna do with pool noodles? Yes, I belong to Silver Sneakers, a place that has swimming, but I bought these and these are small pool noodles, like for children to hold a big boned girl like me up. I need the full size pool noodles. I probably have to tape three of these together. But what I do is when I'm rolling out quilts, laying them out or small things, I roll the backing up on one pool noodle. I roll the Mike says his mullet and hibiscus is delicious. Oh, your tea. Your tea. Oh, speaking of mullein, check this out. This is a whole jar. I don't want to spill it because some of them are loose. All these are pods of mullein. Can you see? And each pod has gazillions inside each one. So easy to spend at the store. It is. It is. Especially now that they have these aisles that aren't even a dollar and a quarter. Some are $5, some are $10. Yeah, I kissed right up to them. So anyway, I came in with these four pool noodles, one extra one in case something happens. And I was walking by my hallway, and I accidentally knocked this this photo off the wall and broke all the glass. And then, of course, I couldn't get down there. Yes, they do. Mike says they pool noodles work for hydroponic gardening, but I have enough hydroponic stuff right now. I'm going to use it for quilting. GWIE, growing what I eat. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I bet you don't know who this is. Teaching an art class, 755 Media. I know you will like this. And those of you who have big spaces to grow, yep, this is Auntie Ellen back in, I was not even my heyday. I was 50 or 52 on this photo. This was about 25 years ago, and I was one of the artists hired by the city of New Haven to teach, one of 6 artists hired for the summer to teach an art class. And I taught this art class in the community. It's me. And I had just chopped all my hair off, and I had it in this little bob. I just cut it off when I moved in this apartment. And this was my new little doing my thing. But do you see what I'm teaching? I'm teaching these ladies how to, well, I cleaned all these gourds myself, and I had somebody work with a skill saw, and we cut the gourds. These are birdhouse gourds, and I cut them in half, and I showed them how to make masks with them. One of the ladies, I'm trying to get closer, is I cut some of them out. I cut the top off and made bowls. I cut some on an angle and we made vases. And some of them, oh, I was young and tender. I was young. No, I was not. No, I was not. I was just looking young and tender. Thank you. So, this is how long I was an artist. And it's kind of funny because this was not my trained profession. And when I was hired to do this, my mother was like, "What is this artist BS? That's not, when you didn't go to school for that." No, I didn't. And I was doing this in the summertime. And that's when I started using my name, Ellen Penny Pankey, because I was supposed to be doing other stuff. I didn't want them to think I was doing bad. I wasn't doing bad. I did this in the summer, and I used to teach college classes all the way up in Boston. I would drive up there on the weekend, and there is a program for gifted and talented minority students called Inroads. And the program would teach them how coping skills and different classes, and then place them in Fortune 500 companies when they graduated. Mike says, "I'm more beautiful today." Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And what did I just say? Did I say something about eco? Oh, this that was something to do different. I got 5 different balls in the air. So while I'm still on the gardening topic, I showed you my mullein seeds. I told you, gave you an update. My sweet potato, I put one in soil. Hot mama, from your lips to God's ears, 755 girl. I was married 3 times. They knew. They knew what's up. Mother, I'm not being bad, mom. My mother is so cute. Sunday when I went to see her, my son was here for the weekend, and she was so happy. Those two couldn't get enough of each other. My mom's aide was saying, "Oh, when your son was here, uh, that all they were doing was holding hands the whole time. He's holding his grandma's hand, and she's looking in his eyes, talking about Aaron. You were my first baby." My mother ain't never touched my face like that, even as an infant. Probably to fix my mouth because I rolled my eyes at her or something. Mother, Maria Graham saying, "Hi, Mom." 7-5 said they knew. LOL, LOL. Yep, yep, yep. I've had a good life. I've had a good life. And guess what? I have an even better life. I don't have the life that I thought I would have. I don't have the things I thought I would have. I thought I was set for life, on several acres, several pieces of property on there, long arm machines, 35 sewing machines, all the stuff, all the animals. Now I can't even take care of this one bedroom apartment. It's a big apartment. It's 800 square feet. And I have everything that I need almost. No, I have everything that I need. And I have one more thing that I want. And I am going to get it in the next month, the next 30 days. I know I am. Our treasured home. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Miss Shirley OG. Hey sis. Mother, Miss Shirley OG got up from her nap early. I know you may have to lay back down, sis, before you go live. Each of you, in order to drop your link to your channel so that people can find you, put exclamation mark GQUAT LOL. Auntie Joanne face got that touch, I bet. Oh, Auntie Joanne, oh, she was a mommy's girl. My brother Bill, everybody except me. Me and mommy were like, like, like two little nanny goats bumping their little heads together. I'm good today. I'm not sick today. You guys, I wasn't ill Sunday. Something they sprayed, some disinfectant in that store, flipped my stomach. Mike said, "Hey, do you down? Oh, Mrs. D downsized to 600 square feet. A little tight? Well, it's not tight. I've got 800 square feet, and it's set up so that I have everything, everything, everything. And as things wear out, they go out. But then people keep giving me things like tchotchkes. I can't keep all the tchotchkes. Joanne Stevens said, right, 755. See, they're conniving against me. Miss Shirley, how is your leg doing? You guys, okay. Oh, let me highlight this. Mike's put in drop exclamation mark GQUAT to drop your links and connect. And Miss Shirley OG Gardner goes live tonight at 7 o'clock. And they're not in the chat, but I tried to promote people I know who are going on later on tonight. Miss Shirley Odom goes on, I think, at 9. Oh, hey, Fern. Thanks for putting the time in. 327. You must be on the East Coast. Put the state that you're in, you guys. Be Crive, Be Creative Crafts is on tonight at 8 p.m. Thank you. I try to only put the people who are in the chat though, Fern, just so that things don't get mixed up, and the people that are supporting this channel, I try to support them in return. But you can, Fern, you can drop your link there. Check out just Fern. Good job. Good job. Good job. So I'm trying to figure out what to do first. I get so excited to tell you guys. And so I thought I was dropping seeds to get started for the herb challenge, but I found out it was too early. So the link, I didn't plan anything yet. Arkansas. I'll tell you what, last time I went through Arkansas, I I got caught in Tennessee on the Great Smoky Mountains. Yeah, the Great Smoky Mountains. Was it? No, the Appalachian Mountains on the Cumberland Plateau, and I got caught in one of those blackout ice storms, and I had to be evacuated from one mountain. The state police got me and my little dog out of the car, and I was pulling a trailer, and it was black ice. People were skidding off the mountain. Google it, the Cumberland Plateau bad accidents. And I was taking, oh, Be Creative Arts is birthday's in November. My birthday is in November too. It's November 13th. and I had to be evacuated to a hotel, and I had to stay there for about seven, 7 days until the ice could be cleared up. You know, trucks were running, sliding into trucks, into cars. It was a mess. A lot of people got hurt. Nikki, the DMV, says she's in zone 7B. Okay, Fern, what we're going to do is not talk about anybody who's not in the chat right now, okay? So that we can give attention to the people that are here. Mike said there is a squirrel at her window. Yes, Fern, 11/13 is my birthday. Oh, happy birthday to ya. Today would be my maternal grandmother's birthday. My maternal grandmother was born in 1931. This is 25. I think she would be 114. Let's see, 31. Yeah, 114 years old. PIA, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have all these seeds out of things I wanted to plant, but I forgot the moringa. I'm going to plant them anyway. It would be nice to participate with the herb grow off of planter garden, but ain't nobody got time for that. I gotta eat. I gotta feed my stomach, and I gotta grow my herbs. I have to do my dandelion salve. I make a lot of salves, soaps. Oh, and I'm going to show you one thing that I'm going to make this weekend. I'm going to show you. And so the things that I have out on this tray, I had seeds that I was ready to drop, but I didn't drop them yet. But I did get my containers ready, and I'll show you those in a minute. So what I'm going to drop probably this weekend are ashwagandha, oregano. Ashwagandha I got from Tigsy. Okay, okay, Rudy, just calm down. Calm down. Ashwagandha, oregano, sage, lavender, rosemary, dill, basil, thyme. Oh, I got oregano twice. Duh. Borage, mullein, yarrow, peppermint, holy basil, lemon balm, Jamaican sorrel, echinacea, and moringa. I forgot to get my moringa out. Erica Taylor. Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. So you guys, to drop your link, don't to drop it as exclamation mark. Okay. So 755 is talking to Mike, and you guys are empowered to do whatever you need to do to keep the chat moving. So I am going to do some planting, but I'm actually going to take them outside after I drop the seeds. So what I did was actually just today, I put 2 starter holes in here. This is a really heavy duty Welch's grapefruit, Welch's grape juice container. Don't ask me what I did. I may or may not have allegedly made some grape juice wine. Allegedly, mother. Allegedly. So, what I do is put 2 little starter holes in there. This one has 3. Oh, no, it just has a mark because I missed. That thing was hot. So, I put some holes in the bottom and I put it way, way down. But what I do with mine, these are some heavy duty shears. This is a really thick jar. Let me see if I can hold it so you can. And I find like a little line to cut on so that I can keep it even. Then I go around and around and around I go. Where I'm going to stop, nobody knows. Okay, so I'm almost over to the other side. And that releases the bottom like this. I left a lot in the top. You know why? Because I want my plants to be able to do all this growing and be safe. I can take this top off so that rain can get down in it when it rains. I can't stop the rain. I can't stop walking, but love mowing and cruising, baby. So I put soil in here, and then I can either add soil or let the plants grow. Then I'm going to tape it. Tape it with, what do you call it? The duct tape. The duct tape. And so I have 6 of these, some other things, other stuff growing. And tomorrow I'm going to clean out my 2 hydroponic tanks. I've got some distilled water ready to clean it out and drop these seeds. When you're growing in hydroponics, it actually grows 5 times faster than it does in the soil. Garden State just emailed Mike. So I want to show you guys something. I have a mail haul, but this was intentional and it is food. Can't stop and say, hey, everybody. And so I'm going to put this down on my lap. Actually, I'm going to try to take this off for a minute so that I have more room and open the box, because I'm going to start a gallon of kombucha. Now there are two ways to make kombucha. One is called kombucha and one is called June, Jun. And the Jun, and it's good for your stomach. The Jun is used with green tea and honey. The regular kombucha is used with black tea and cane sugar. I usually make 2 gallons at a time. 2 gallons at a time. 75 Media, you need to come over here. Oh, she's singing Missy Elliott. I can't sing. But I can dance. Oh, yeah. Auntie can dance. Auntie Joanne can tell you. Auntie Ellen can get that thing. She be shaking, shoulders moving, everything. And don't let me put on one of them dresses slit from the hip to the floor. And so them little come doomy shoes with the stilettos on. What? Kombucha? Yeah, that's not what's in here. My other scobies were 2 years old. So I decided, maybe 3 years old. And I hadn't made any for a while. So this is the kombucha that I buy. This one is organic and it's a starter. So this one will make 1 gallon. So I will start this. Then in 10 days, I will cut the SCOBY in half and start a 2 gallon batch. So, yep, it's time to start some kombucha. Yankee sister, I know you still got that kombucha in the fridge. I don't mean the kombucha. I gave her a SCOBY. And you guys, what you do when you're not using the SCOBY, you make a SCOBY hotel. And you take a little canning jar and you put some of your sweet tea in there. And that's what feeds it. So I can't wait. PIA, you caught that. A little come doobie shoes. Oh, Hannah, pause. You guys are funny. You guys keep me young. And I think we all keep my mother young. So I'm sitting on mommy's bed Sunday, and she's telling me about news and others. Oh, we had a good laugh about Big Rooster. She was telling my son to take her denim quilt that I just made her over the winter. She said, it's on the top shelf in my closet. She knows where everything is. Mommy even told me that daylight, she says, Penny, don't forget to change your clock on Sunday. Change the clock on Sunday? I said, Mommy, it's only March. She says, yes, that's when you change the clock. fizzy kombucha. Yep, I already have some ginger bud. I make my own ginger bud. And I like pomegranate juice as a flavor. For some of you who have been following me, 3 weeks ago, I fell in the store. That's what I was getting, some pure pomegranate juice that's already juiced. And so that when my kombucha, when I take it out, and I already have the flip top bottles and everything. So when you put the flip top bottles on it and close it, it makes it pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Now, now, the next thing I want to show you, and my stomach was upset Saturday and I didn't cook, but oh, let me do my challenge. There's so many challenges going on. I'm doing the Lead Farmer. He said it's not a challenge, but I'm doing Lead Farmer's 7-day salad. That doesn't mean that me, Auntie Ellen, is eating salad only. No, Auntie Ellen's a thick girl, and I don't want my blood sugar to get too low, see, so I'm eating other stuff with it. But one meal, I do eat a fresh cut salad. So, oh, la 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 la. All this is what the Dollar Tree made me bring home. All of that. All of that. And I thought I was being good because I usually only have X amount of cash in my purse. Oh, Auntie Ellen pulled out her big curl, her real bank card. Oh, Miss Shirley, thank you. You love my hair fluffy. It won't do anything else for me right now. I'm trying to get in with my loctician, and she says, thick girl, thick curls, thick, 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 thick. Thick for no reason, right, Nikki? Thick for no reason. Thick for no reason. Even when I was thin, I still had big legs. So all this fell in my basket. Thank you, Miss Shirley. I'll tell my granddaughter, who is my loctician. She braids professionally when she's not at her regular job, but I'm the only person's lock she does. Okay, so one of my other challenges, I'm saving, it's to save $5 a week, except I'm saving 10 now. Why? Because I have something I want this year and I want to pay cash for it, but I'm not going to make it in time. So I'm just going to put on a credit card, pay it down. Hola, mi hermana. Yankee Hermana Homestead. You better come get your rosemary plant before I accidentally kill it. It's actually doing really well. Tell somebody to come by here. And then I have this other little box I had for you that I accidentally forgot to put in the other one. Who's a big baller? Auntie Ellen? No, I just do what I want to do. And life is short. Be happy. Be happy, happy, happy. So here's my $10. What is today's date? Oh, Nini's birthday. That's what we call my grandmother, Nini. So today's 3, 6, 20, 2025, $10. Woo, dropping it in there. Thank you, Miss Shirley OG. They say that people in hell want ice water. People are never healthy. Some of the things I had before when I was younger, things that I had before I moved here. Oh, Yankee sister, the kids have a recital this weekend. I'll be home. I'll run down, or you know what we do. You know what we do. And so I'm putting it in here. Oh, yeah, I was telling 755. When I got off the Cumberland Plateau and could drive again, I was going to take 40 west until I got to the West Coast from the DMV. I was moving from Washington, D.C. at the time. You need your rosemary? Yeah, because I don't want to have to pinch a little branch off. It's nice and healthy. I'm making some jojoba, some rosemary infused jojoba oil for my hair. I've been buying it from this place. A little jar like this is like $13. I bought a 32-ounce bottle, and the rosemary over there. Yep. I'm making Oh, what did I do with it? I actually did cut two branches off of mine, and oh, I know, it's in a little bowl. It's already in a little bowl so that I could drop it in the oil. So you guys, I want to show you what the prize will be. This is a crocheted hot pad that I did live here on this channel. And I will be doing a giveaway on March 29th for somebody who cooks and who does some baking. Correction, does some baking or cooking in a skillet. I posted a link for, and I'll repost it, for my skillet cookie. I have a skillet chocolate chip cookie, and oh, 755 swinging her hair. I wasn't, but when I used to go to the Dominican joint and they would blow it out, and I get my little doobie, get my doobie did. You ain't seen fast, baby girl. You ain't seen fast. A mess, a mess. I tell you, my dad used to tell us when we went out, all y'all come home together. So we would, as soon as we left home, we'd break camp, and then one would be straggling in, one would be straggling in, one would be straggling in. Yeah. And my baby sister Della would say, every time I go somewhere, I end up having to fight because of your A double Z. Me dancing, dancing, dancing. And the homegirls didn't like it. Didn't like it. But those were the days. So going back to this will be to set your iron skillet on when you're cooking. Joanne Stevens says, that's nice, Sissy. Well, Sissy, you can put your name in to win it, but you have to cook. Oh, you already did. So let me tell you the names I have so far of people who have cooked in their iron skillet and posted it. Mona Sifting Some Soil already made the chocolate chip cookies. The day after I posted my video, she was up there smacking her lips on it, talking about Auntie Ellen's recipe. I will repost it. I will repost it tonight. But anyway, going to Auntie Joanne. Auntie Joanne, nope. Okay. Okay. This phone does what it wants to do. There's Auntie Joanne's cornbread in her oven, in her skillet. So your name will go on the list, Sissy. Mona Sifting Some Soil, I saw hers. And then Lorraine T emailed me hers. Everybody's not a content creator, and I understand that you can't do a video. If you email me showing me, oh, of course I had hot pants, Miss Shirley, suede with matching suede boots, matching suede, everything, all the stuff, all the stuff. Okay, so you guys, and this is different from the other skillet challenges. This is just Auntie Ellen wanting to share my time and my talents with the people who support this channel. So I will be cooking every Saturday from now until the 29th. Did I say May? I meant to say the 29th of March. Because, Hunty, the 29th of May, I will be live in living color from somewhere in Auntie Joanne's house. That cornbread was the bomb. Oh, Auntie Joanne also made some. She said, "Don't think that her sister is the only one." So this was her Auntie Joanne's red beans and rice with her andouille sausage. I'm the cook when I'm there. She never does. Look out! Look out now, Miss Hoppin. No, I don't wear shorts anymore, but I do wear leggings. But I do make sure they come down to my knees. Mother, I'm not going to say that I don't show my vajayjay or nothing. Sorry, Mom. I know my kids are having a fit. Don't listen. Don't listen, great grandkids. Don't listen. Don't listen. Oh, Auntie Joanne posted a photo with me with some Daisy Dukes on, sitting on either a car or a balcony back in the days. For those of you who didn't see Unbiased yesterday, she go to her channel because she was making a little thing. A lot of you crochet. She was making a holder for her daughter for her crochet hooks, and I posted on her Facebook link. These are a couple of my holders. One is made with a sushi wrapper and some fabric. The other is made with duck cloth. And I when I use my oil paints, it takes a long time for those brushes to dry. So I roll my brushes in that roll when I travel and create art. And then my acrylic brushes, my good ones, not the little schlocky ones I use for painting rocks. Not my good one. Camel toe, just going crazy for that fourth husband. No, I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, y'all already know that David Corey was trying to put in an application. Y'all already know. Don't even get him started. Get his nerve up. So this is one of my meals this week. It was a cabbage salad, rice, some broiled chicken, and potatoes. It was too much food. So Fly says she can't with this lady. A mess. A mess. And I have an aide, but I can't think of what to call her. She's my companion too. She takes me to the store. She rides me around. She helps me carry things I can't do. So she says, I don't want to be a companion. A companion is the one that walks the streets at night. In my country, that's what they call them. I said, we ain't walking those streets. Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I had the matching suede, like just one set, rust suede pants, rust suede vest, a coat with a little white fur collar, the boots. Yes, Auntie Ellen was a mess. Barb Brownlee, thanks for coming in. Well, forgetting the time. Oh, I gotta hurry up, hurry up. So this will be, and to get in the giveaway, all you have to do is get your skillet out and make some cornbread or some cookies, some brownies or something in a skillet. You can cook. I will post the rules for the cook off on Saturday because I will make some more. I will cook some more. I actually still have two of the cookies in there because I don't really eat a lot. 755 said she just spit her water out. Yes. Oh, that'll happen. So if you want to win this, or yeah, I don't know if it's called winning because it's not a lottery or anything. If you want to receive this, get your name on the wheel, and it's really thick. Can you see how thick it is? So this is 1.5 inch fabric that I crocheted with this P hook. And I did a single crochet in the middle. Then this is a double crochet. I didn't have enough. This was the butt ugliest fabric you ever saw. It was Christmas fabric with the ugliest Santa you ever saw. So I cut it up. You can't even see what it was. It's just colorful. And it'll match any kitchen. And you can use it for a laptop pad, like you want to go outside or go to the beach with your laptop on your knees or something. Thank you, Garden State so and so. So this will be the giveaway, and we're going to go over to my sewing machine. I'm extending my craft area. I'm encroaching even more into my living area, and we are going to SEW. So it's 4:55. Let me take my little bell. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming, for choosing to spend some time with me, and for talking about gardening, cooking from scratch, quilting, fine arts, heritage arts, and just whatever you want to talk about. I fermenting. I make pickles. I cook bread. I do a little bit of everything. We 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 didn't awesome and the beautiful crochet pad. Well, cook something and you can post a short. You can email me the picture and I'll put your name on the list. Oh, November 13th is a date in honor of Houston TV lineup. Thank you, Rudy. It's also Auntie Ellen's birthday. Are you one? Are you two? Are you three? One time I was doing that with my great grandkids, and they're like, Nana, that's going to take forever. Then they started counting like 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so I'm over here trying not to knock my computer over. I want to show you something. Some of my 2A people. So this is a pin cushion, right? Those of you who are TA, look, one in the head. How sad is that about Auntie Ellen? She is so bad. So bad. You 2A people. Yeah, it's good to have center of target, but oh, there's a pin in his head. Oops. Pop goes the weasel. So I'm going to put him back up there and hide him so he'll be safe. Okay. Just let me grab something real quick. And here I am. So the reason all those bright lights are in back of me are because those are my hydroponics with nothing growing in it. My building apparently has too much chlorine and my plants didn't like it. So, I like animal print, my Renaissance grandma. We do. So, what we're going to do today is make a table runner. And this table runner will be gifted. We'll figure out how. Barbarelli always says I'm hilarious. That's just me. That's just me, silly rabbit. I am such a silly rabbit. And let me see if I can put my phone on so that I can try to see the chat while I am sewing. Garden Quilt and Art Show. That's a shame. Oh, there I am. So I think this is the chat today. 3-6, yes. 24 what? Oh, I heard a little bot. The red dot, exactly, Yankee sister. The red dot girl. The red. The red. So on one of the earlier live streams, Barbara only saying hello everyone in this awesome chat. I promise you guys one thing. I'll promise you the same thing I promise each of my 3 husbands. I promise you will never be bored. Never that. Never that. I surprise my own self sometimes. So I usually wear a black tie. Trying to see if I'm decent underneath here so that you can see these colors. But it might be too tight. So I put this on. Well, maybe you'll be able to see the edge of it. So this this is a table runner. I'll hold it up like this. And it's actually two orphan blocks that I sewed together, and the dimensions are 14 inches wide by I think about thirty inches long. And I just thought I was showing how to sew blocks together in a quick manner to make a quick four patch. And I said, oh, you know what? I'll keep those and make them into a table runner. And then I found some fabric. Psalm 146 is going to go crazy when she sees this because this looks like dark sunflowers. So, this is what I'm going to use for the backing. And I've already pre-cut it to the correct size. So, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put the right sides together, or the pretty sides, as Unbiased LLC says. Okay, so they're just about the same size. I made the backing just like a half inch wider. Now, let me show you what I'm using for batting, BATTING. Oh, and I want to tell you guys one thing. When you're quilting, Sam, I know you saw those flowers. Well, all you got to do is bake something and either send me a photo or make a short or something that you made in your skillet. If you everybody doesn't have a skillet, meaning an iron skillet, that's okay. Use whatever skillet you have. Whatever skillet you have. Okay? And I thought that the back would be kind of neutral colors. Everybody doesn't like bright colors, and purple, everybody doesn't like purple. So this will be double sided. Thank you, 755. And if you're looking for your painting in the background, it's not on that silly chair anymore. I had to do my exercises. It's in my bedroom. I didn't have anybody, look, I didn't have anybody climb up there and take that painting down for me. And I tried it with my gripper. I may or may not have allegedly climbed up on the chair, and I couldn't do it. So I stopped. So what I'm doing for batting, and one of the things that the definitions of quilting is, you have to have three layers. You have to have a top, I just showed you, and this is a strip piece top, a backing, and batting. But guess what? Batting is expensive, and I did not want to cut up any batting, good batting, just for this. So I sewed together some Frankenstein batting. Is that a word? Yes. Those of us who have been quilting a long time call it Frankenstein batting. And today I will be sewing with, actually, I'm going to increase my stitch length in a minute. I will be sewing with neutral thread because most quilters use off white, like, or a tan or gray. Even if you're sewing with black fabrics or brown, you do that, number one, so that your stitching will show, but not be stark white. Not be stark white. Now, this is Frankenstein batting. They're not even the same color. Look. I had some, yes, batting comes in different colors. Batting also, Mike says no climbing. I didn't do it. I was being sort of good. That's sort of good. And I, oh, I forgot what I was telling you. Oh, I was putting this together, and you can see where I zigzagged it. See? I just used a wide stitch, and they call it Frankenstein batting. You know, like Frankenstein has all those marks and sewed up things. And look, they're not even the same width, but we'll cut that off later. But I wanted you to see what it is. And it's going to be inside. They're actually slightly different thicknesses, but it's okay. This is right, Frankenstein batting. This is a table runner. This is not like something that I'm going to hang in the Louvre. By the way, you guys, 755 Media, don't forget to drop your link, ma'am. Exclamation mark GQUAT. She does an amazing job with her paintings and the provenance and documenting her work. We all need to do better jobs at documenting our work. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. The reason, and after you put the three layers together, the important thing that makes it quilting, do you remember in the old days, some of you saw the old quilts and they were tied together? Well, our grandparents didn't always, grandmothers and aunts didn't have time to do that hand stitching for the quilting. The importance was to get something warm on the bed. Those old shanty houses, like down south where they were farming and whatnot, they didn't have heaters in every room. They didn't have vents. They didn't have splits where every room was heated, air conditioning. They had these big old heavy quilts on the bed, and that's what they use. And they often use tobacco twine to tie the three layers together. And the reason is because the batting on the inside, the batting will work its way loose. Even, I don't care if you have, a binding around there or whatever, when you wash it, they'll come loose. Auntie Joanne has a couple that I made like back in the day, and I put the stitching in it, but I didn't put enough close to the edges, and it rolled up a little bit on the inside. So if you don't want your things that you give away rolling up on the inside, like I will show you this. Like, see this one? That's why I don't stitch. Some people stitch real close to the edge so they don't have to hand sew them. That's your preference. You're welcome, Sub 5. That's their preference. Me, I this one was actually machine sewn all the way, all the way, all the way. But I hand sew it so that I can leave a thick edge of sewing so that it doesn't roll up on the edge. So that being said, I this is the way I do mine. I put my batting on the bottom. Why? Because that's going to be the biggest piece that I have. The biggest piece that I have. I'm going to line up the edges that are mostly even. And don't worry about this line. Oh yeah, there's batting comes in, like you can buy batting in bamboo, wool. You can buy it in polyester. I don't use polyester because I might want to stick something in the in, in the microwave. It's going to catch on fire. I shouldn't tell this story. But back in the day, they said, no, I'm not going to tell that story. But they said you could put certain clothing in the microwave to kill any possible germs. Well, I tried that one time. Guess what? It started a fire in the microwave. You can connect the dots and figure it out your own self. Yeah, yeah. So I put my batting on the bottom. I then put, I already showed you that I put the backing next. I put the batting next. And I try to put it close enough to the edge that I make sure that I catch everything, all three layers. Because we're going to do a flip and turn, and sometimes you don't get all three edges. And that's a bummer, especially if you've already turned it inside out. So I'm just doing it by hand, and I will get this little box has a bunch of clips in them. So I will clip them close to the edge. No, I'm going to put a pin in that one because that one's too far off. Hold on, I'll show you guys 1 minute. So this is the edge I was pinning because I didn't cut this edge off, so I'm just going to attach this a little bit beneath there. And I will. You listen in the bushes? You outside my house? Hermana? Yankee's sister lives like 20 minutes from me, you guys. And her kids go to dance class and have recitals less than a mile from me at the university. Okay. So, while I'm checking on the fabric, let me just trick Yankee's sister into coming by here, or somebody in her family. Oh, it smells so good. I just want to tease her. Since she's in the bushes and she can't see it, she can do a replay and look at this. It's don't worry, she's not getting this pot. You just say, no, you cooking right now? So check this out. Oh my gosh, look at her roots are coming through the bottom of the pot. This is Yankee's sister's rosemary plant. So she's listening. She can check the replay. Isn't this nice, you guys? She got to come get it before it dies. I've got more over there. I've got Teagsy's over there. I've got mine. So, without further ado, I'm going to line these edges up so that I can sew around there. It won't take long. Won't take long. So, I'm putting a clip on here. Some people don't pin at all. That's fine. Whatever floats their boat. Me, when you go live, especially, something always goes wrong. So I just try to eliminate as many problems as possible. Like I was just holding this up in the air. So, of course, when you're holding it up in the air, it's not laying flat, Auntie Ellen. So now I'm going to lay it flat so that I can see where the edges actually are. So the edges of the batting are not going to be straight. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to hold this one. I don't know where I put my pens. Okay, so as you see, this the backing is not the same size as the piece on top, which is not the same size as the backing. But that doesn't matter because we are going to make it do what it do and make it fit. Okay, so now I'm going to increase my stitch length to 3.5, the stitch width is 0, and I am straight stitching. If you live 20 minutes away, you'd be as big as a house. Oh, I can't. I cook so much. I cook so much. I go downstairs sometimes and put it on the community table downstairs. And when my helper helps me cook, well, let's just say we don't cook for one person. We don't cook for one person. We eat lunch together. Whoever gets to it first makes the oatmeal because I don't take my medication on time and I have to take it with food, and I'll be putzing around here doing everything that I'm not supposed to be doing, and then not take my medicine. Mike, you would be welcome. You would be welcome. I've always cooked a lot. I come from a big family and I don't know how to cook a little bit. I just measured 2 cups. I'm getting comfortable because I'm sitting on the edge of the seat. I took out 2 cups of great northern beans because I'm gonna make some baby back ribs this weekend and a salad and some baked beans with it. But I do everything from scratch. So I took the beans out to start soaking already. So I'm going to make a little more than a 1/4 inch seam. Why? To make sure that I catch everything. To make sure that I catch everything going around here. Actually, um, I'm thinking where I'm going to start. I think I will start because when I turn this, I don't want to turn it from the narrow end. I will turn it from the side that's wider. So I will start over there where it's wider. How about that? So, and you see the seams are already ironed flat and sewn flat. They're 1/4 inch seams, but you can make yours whatever you want. And forward and back. So this will be for, I couldn't think of what to call it for, like Easter or Ramadan or whatever, but it's just going to be for whenever I feel like it in after the March 29th giveaway. And it will be about a, when I finish my seams, about a 13 by 30 table runner. So you guys, I won't be able to see the yes, yes. I won't be able to see the chat for a minute, you guys, in an attempt not to sew my finger. So away we go. And this will be, then we'll trim the seams, turn it inside out. And I think this may not be the nicest, fanciest table runner in the world, but it will look nice on somebody, some supporter's channel. I mean, not channel, table. I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Sometimes when you're sewing things in different levels, it's good to have a stiletto. I don't have any of mine out and I don't feel like looking for it. So I will just use this. And while I'm thinking about it, let me plug my computer in because, sorry, you guys, I have to turn you a little bit because this thing has a lot of memory, a lot of operating memory, and the battery goes dead fast. I should, what I should do is take my um, something, my little solar charger, my little Go Power Plus, and my other little panel, and bring it in and use it So, well, you can still see. Well, you can see the both of us. You can see me and the sewing machine for the moment until I start jumping around and take this pin out now, because sometimes it gets under things and you're talking, and the last thing you want to do is sew a pin inside of something. One time when I first started quilting years and years ago, I I made a quilt and there was a pin, a straight pin inside it. I had to cut a hole in my quilt and then go back and patch it to get that pin out. So after that, I try to be a little more careful. So now I'm just making sure the seams are flat. And what this was just some orphan random strips that I was demonstrating a jiffy way to do strip piecing, where you take like a whole jelly roll, except this wasn't a jelly roll. These were odd shaped strips. Now I'm just making sure the edge is flat. Hey, Lorraine T. If you're in the neighborhood, sis, you stop by. I'm cooking this week. Well, I cook anyway. I cook pretty regularly lately. Now that my knee is better, it's been a year since my knee was done. That was a rough year, you guys. Woo! That was not fun. And I still do my exercises every day, my PT, early in the morning, because I'm gone early in the morning. Hershey goes outside at 8:30. Okay, as soon as I get to the end of this, I will look up and see if you have any questions. How many of you think this would look nice on your table or somewhere? Your car, your work, your something. How many of you think it would look nice somewhere in your surrounding? I'll tell you a funny story, Mike. So my great-granddaughter moved out of the family house, right? And her mother, which is my granddaughter, says, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it's sewing. It was sewing so, well, the stitch is a 3.5, but no, it's 3. It's not 3.5. But I didn't see it. I said, oh, don't tell me I've been sewing all this time with invisible thread. So my granddaughter said, oh, your great-granddaughter comes here every day after work to get some food, get a plate. So you could just stop by and get you a plate every day, Mike. Mother, you guys, I took mommy some liver and onions on Psalm 146. Said it will look nice on her channel with her logo and her plants and whatnot. Tell Bean Pie I said hello. Whoa. See, I didn't have my stiletto out. I ran into a seam, but it's all good. Move this pin. We're coming around the last side already, you guys. See how I'm doing this to encourage you to make gifts. I brought my daughter her birthday gift, but I gave it to my son to give to her. And Gina, thanks for coming and welcome. I gave my son, but my daughter is good. She's not nosy like me. So I said, you can open it if you want to. So she said, oh, that's okay, Mom. I'll wait for my birthday. I want her to open it to see if she liked it. Mona did what? How are you doing today? I was watching you. Was it yesterday, today, tomorrow? No, it was, I think, yesterday. You guys, Mona is a quilter. She's so much like me. My sister from another mister. she was talking about half square triangles, and when you sew a block, how you put a diagonal line, sew down one side and go up the other. She's like me, she can't wait to do all that, so she cuts her triangles in half. And so I do mine the same way, Mona. You see, I was in the bushes watching with no glasses on, typing hieroglyphics. Okay, so looking, I'm just gonna sew over to there and leave it an opening. This is just, I can't call them orphan blocks because I sewed two orphans just to show a way of jiffy strip piecing. And I'll have to demonstrate it where you sew a bunch of strips together vertically, then you cut them into blocks, right? Say, pick a size, 10.5 inches is my favorite size. Then you take the next one and you put it going this way, horizontally. Then you sew all around all four sides. Then you cut it on the diagonal, boom, and you end up with all these instant half square triangles. Okay, so, and these two blocks, they had such wild looking colors that I just put a little strip in and give your eye a place to rest. Okay, so that is done. You always, for those of you who are new sewing or wanting to sew, you always turn the wheel towards you, never back. You might get away with it a few times, but it messes up your timing. And I'll tell you, to go do anything in the shop is expensive. Okay, so this is what will be the top, I'll call it. And this is the bottom of this Frankenstein batting. I think Mona calls it Frankenstein batting, don't you, Mona, when you put all these little ugly pieces together? So I'm going to put this down. Oh, guess what, you guys? I figured out how to get a big enough table in here so that I could get that little cutie breeze frame. As soon as the table is delivered and I get it put together, that frame is coming home. You coming home with me, big boy? Oh, yes, you are. So now you can see where the Frankenstein batting, all the different colors, why it's not going to matter. Mona says she calls it Frankenstein, Garden State. Yeah, it's just a quilter term. People that have been around the bushes a couple times, you all call it the same thing. You don't even know when you started calling it that. So I'm going to sit back so that I don't cut my floor length caftan. I do have pants on under here so that I'm not showing my boom boom. So first I'm just going to take these big old tailoring sharp shears and trim around the outside. Could I do it with a rotary cutter? Yes, but that would mean I would have to get up and stand up and leave my friends. And I don't want to leave my friends. Wellness with Frugal Mama. I saw your Aldi haul. I saw you working out. I see you guys. But I always got my hands full and my one eye. And it's like, oh, I can't do anymore. My sister Joanne Stevens says, Sissy, why are you always trying to do so much? I don't know. I'm just driven. I guess if I were growing up nowadays, they would have me on medication because I would be a bit busy. So see how this is? It didn't even matter that they're all different sizes and colors. Just moving it down to show you how all this ugliness is going to work out. Oh, it's going to work itself out. and turn into a beautiful swan, this little ugly duckling. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. The ugly duckling runner. And when I hold it up, you'll see different pieces of things that you've seen me sew. Those of you who have been around, say, the last 6 months, you'll see bits and pieces of like that butterfly, dragonfly fabric that I put in my mother's, what, some of her pillowcases, something or other. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these salvages off. Okay, so now you see this little corner. So now I'm cutting the square tips off so that the corners will lay flat. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to turn it inside out. But I want to show you first how now all of a sudden it doesn't look wonky in every kind of which way. So now, as soon as I find where I left the opening, here you are. So the doctor's going to stick her hand in the patient and take the liver out or the kidneys or whatever. Oh, you know what? It's not funny. You've been doing a lot of hand work, Garden State. Oh, English paper piecing. Oh, look at look at this one. This little badge, my little guild thing. That was like the tiniest thing I ever paper pieced. And it's got a little Ohio star in the middle. Ugh. Oy vey. Mike said it's pretty inside out. So I'm going to turn inside out. So I'm fixing the patient's heart. I'm turning it inside out. And see, if I was on that little narrow end, it would have been harder. I did that on one. But, insanity is when you keep repeating the same thing and expect a different result. I figured that out. So now the doctor's sticking her hand inside the patient and seeing what other things need to be fixed around in here. So I'm sticking my finger in the corner. See over there in the corner? But it's not quite flat. So I always have my handy dandy chopstick that I broke off. Just think if it broke a chopstick, can you imagine if it was my finger? Ugh. So okay, where's the opening? Oh, here you are. So, and the other thing is by using a chopstick or something, whatever you want, just don't stick your something sharp through there. You see where the sides are? I can actually run this piece around the edges because I'm not going to sew it. Iron it with iron. I'm going to hand press it with my hot little hands. And I'm making sure that, thank you, Mona. So I'm poking the corners out. Oh, Mona, this is going to be a giveaway. And in order to enter the giveaway, just do a short. I know you're going to your brother's house tonight to play cards. See, I told you I listen. And make a video cooking something in a skillet. And because that will be part. Oh, no, that's the other thing. What am I talking about? I don't even know when I'm going to give this one away. Just stay tuned, girlfriend, because we'll be doing the darn thing. I'm getting mixed up with the other one that will be given away on March 29th. This one will be given sometime during the end of Ramadan, Easter, whatever people celebrate or don't celebrate, just because I feel like giving something away, and something that I made, something that money cannot buy, something that was made with love. So when I'm making neck bone pillow, I leave a pin on the outside because I lose where the opening is. Come out, wherever you are. Bring them out, bring them out. Oh, there you are. There you are. So this corner is not pushed out square. So now you are. Oh, that's tomorrow. You spend it at Uncle's so his daughters can get some sleep. Oh, that is so nice of you. Miss T with the T. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. So now, who's not getting up to iron this is Auntie Ellen. So I'm using my hands to hand press it. And this little part is going to be open because I'm not going to be sewing close to the edge because I want to show you guys about something different. And when you start, I know what, I will stick this big giant pin in so I'll know the opening is here somewhere. Then I'm going to just do some random stitching, like stitching in the ditch, because remember I told you if you don't sew through all three layers, it's going to roll up at some point. And then you're going to give somebody something that's going to be a wonky mess. And if you're using it for a pad, it'll burn the table or your hand or whatever. So you want to hold all three labels down. So when you start quilting, you generally start in the middle somewhere. So I'm just going to stitch in the ditch. And this particular foot that I have on, the opening is right dead in the middle. So what is on my foot? Oh, I'm stepping on my caftan. So I missed the ditch a little bit. It's not that serious. It is a table runner. Like I said, it's not going in the Louvre. For those of you who don't know where the Louvre is, it's a famous art gallery in Paris. So I'm not submitting it to there. Of course, it would probably flow better if I had pressed it. That's too much like right. And I'm going to stop it about where I know I'm going to be doing my edge stitching. Why? Because I've already decided I'm going to come a little closer to the edge. And it's mine. If whoever doesn't like it, they don't have to use it, right? So everybody's saying hello, 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 hello. So I'm going to go back up this way, up the other side of the median strip here. I pretended this was a median strip. And when you're stitching in the ditch, you take your hands and you like try to pull the seam open so that your stitching actually does go down in the ditch. And when you wash it, when you're doing other things with it, you won't be able to see it. So now I'm going to go up and stitch around some more sides. I'm not going to do all the stitching I normally would do. I'm just trying to show you guys how you can make a nice little table runner out of some leftover blocks and have a nice little gift to give someone. So just for giggles and kicks, I will iron this and then do some more fill-in stitching and show it to you guys on Saturday. So I'm just going to go around the edges and make a some nice little stitching. I'm actually forcing it flat with my fingers. Okay, down. When you're turning a corner, you always leave the needle down. You lube because you would tell my wife you lube you because she's a work of art. Now I'm gonna use this instead of a stylus because you know what? I know that little screw over there will hit this little thick hand. How do I know that? Been there, done that. Been there, done that. All right. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Okay, so this pin is going to be in the way. So I'm going to move it because I don't feel like breaking a needle right now. Okay. And how about I just stick a pin real close to the edge since I'm not sewing there. Some people sew close to the edge. I'm not because I personally like the way it looks when you come in like half an inch. And I know that if for any reason the stitching along the edges come loose, that my batting won't roll up in the inside. Because when these things get old, the seams come loose and they will roll up. Bayou Sugar. Hey, Sugar, Sugar. Thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So, and about 3 oh, I thought I was already finished. Oh, no, that was something else. That was the little middle part. Okay. Got one last little corner to do. Or maybe two. But that's the short one. She's got her metal pedal to the metal over here, y'all. Auntie's exceeding the speed limit. I used to drive like a bat out of hell. I don't anymore. I don't. I figure out of the 9 lives, I'm probably on my 12th. I better take care of this one. Now this one is the last one. And of course, as you know, some starch and the iron make a difference. So when you see her on Saturday, she'll be all cleaned up and looking pretty, like a car with a brand new detail job. Okay. I'm moving my hand so that you guys can see I'm almost where the seams meet. Back stitch a little bit. And of course I will put an Auntie Ellen label on here before I gift it. So Psalm 146, if you can look up for a minute. That says you drive safe. You know, when I was younger, when I said drive like a bat out of hell, I would always see these old farts in the right hand lane going 45 miles an hour. I'm like, why don't they move? Why don't they go? Just wink at the officer. Oh, I've been done that before. And yeah, guess what? I'm the old fart in the right hand lane going 45. I have to tell you guys one more funny story. So one day I was coming home from the club in Capitol Heights, Maryland, where I used to live. And just as I'm just about home, slightly inebriated, right? I'm just trying to make it home. I'm like on the last two corners before I get to mine, Pennsylvania Avenue Extended, to go to my house, and the lights come on. So the officer, I'm like, why did you stop me? He goes, you're exceeding the speed limit. I'm like, oh, but I live right there. I have to go to the bathroom. So he looked at me. He just burst out laughing. So then I'm talking to him. He says, Miss, don't you have to go to the bathroom? Yeah, I did. I talked my way out of that one. So this is the back. This is the back. Psalm 146. Oh, and guess what? Even on the front, some of these little fabrics have sunflowers in them. And isn't this like ugly for no reason? No fabrics, but I was just showing a method of strip piecing, and I wanted to make something. I figured, why throw in the trash? I mean, there's two extra blocks. I'll make it into a table runner and give it to somebody. Somebody will love it. So, how many of you love it or like it? Mike's chaotic gardening. Mom, he's telling on me. She's watching. Even my son said, my son lives in LA, and he was here for the week. Well, he's been on the East Coast for about a week. And thank you, Marie Graham, says, good job, Auntie. And he was saying, because he calls, and he was explaining to Mom's nurse that he doesn't call me Mommy. My daughter doesn't call me Mommy. They call my mother Mommy. They call me Mom. That's what they call me. It's like, Ma, front and center, front and center. You ain't the boss of nothing. Mommy is our boss. Oh, Yankees, I do. So I will have her all steam pressed. She won't be looking wrinkled. She'll be looking nice and smooth like me. Unbiased LLC. Thank you for coming. I was talking about you earlier. I forgot what about. Oh, I was talking about you making the case for your daughter, for her crochet books. And it's so nice to know that somebody's daughter is crocheting. Or I think I feel good about myself because I've influenced some of you to quilt, some of you to crochet. Thank you, Donzel Cooper. Some of you to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily have done, whether it's rock painting or making cookies in a skillet, something. So do what you love and love what you do. Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner will be going on later on tonight. Odom will be going on. Vision Preparedness. And I don't know who else, but I try to support the channels that support this one. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends in America. Ego Amote. Ego Amote, mother, in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U. And hold on, because I have an outro now.